In today's BTG episode, Samantha worries about the debutante ball, Kyle tells Nicole about his dead wife, and Danny gives Kat advice. Bill collapsed after Hayley upped his drugs, and Vanessa pulled Joey into a public kiss. Tyrell is surprised to see Samantha reading books instead of talking to AI. She's not allowed to use her phone. He says she must really want to help June if she's using old media. Their dads come in and she tells them what wizards the librarians are. Martin hands her phone. She feels like she just got her life back and cries. They tease each other and have a pillow fight. Samantha starts reading about the debutante ball. She worries about being ready for her cotillion. They assure her that Anita can keep her up to date on etiquette. Martin explains the cotillion is part of the family history. He served as an escort and made loads of connections he is still using. Martin adds they need to work on things because of his campaign, but promises they will be his priority. Once he leaves, the kids tell Smitty to adjust his expectations because Martin will disappoint him and prioritize his career over them. Kyle drops by Nicole's office with flowers and thanks her for a great night last night. She says she slept wrong, so he starts massaging her. He tells her he's been having a hard time keeping his hands off her. Pretty soon, she's groaning and says he's a miracle worker. He commends her on the bidding war she tricked her ex into last night. They flirt using therapy speak, and he admits he leaves dirty dishes in the sink. She quizzes him about being a traveling orthopedic surgeon. He explains that nowhere has felt like home since his wife passed away several years ago. He's still recovering. The kids are all grown up. When he brings up Ted, she insists on asking him more questions. Eventually, she agrees to another date. Shanice and Ashley talk about how great Winterfest was. Ashley explains that she and Danny even came to an understanding. Ted joins them as they chat about Andre. He mentions he had an adventure with Shanice. They tell Ashley about being trapped in the elevator. Ted says it gave him the chance to get to know his coworker. She stops him from saying she's afraid of birds, and he gets back to work. Ashley starts teasing her about Ted until Derek hobbles in on a hockey stick. Shanice worries that he's going to injure himself and he needs to stay on his walker. He falls into her arms. Ashley helps him sit down and they apologize to each other for how things ended. Once she walks off, Shanice lectures him some more for being reckless. Ted and Martin get lunch at Orphe Jean's and talk about the feud between Kat and Eva. Martin can understand Kat feeling the way she does. He just hopes she doesn't let the past get in her way. Martin adds messing up can point the way to a new beginning. They shake hands and Ted goes back to work. Danny stops by Kat's and they look at Chelsea's latest sketches. They have tea and chat about the idea of moving in with Tomas. They wonder if he has the same priorities as his boss. Danny admits she often thought Bill would work himself into an early grave. Kat is sure that Tomas is nothing like that. He's committed to her, she's the problem. Her mom tells her she's more than enough on her own. But if she wants to live with him, she should occupy all of his space and not let anyone between them. She asks if she's reluctant because of what happened with Eva. Kat says no. She's dreamed big dreams about a life with him, but she's afraid something will take him away from her. Kat wishes she could bounce back like Danny does. Her aunt says there was nothing graceful about that. She knows she's going through a major life change and it must have taken a lot of work to forgive Tomas, but the bumps teach you what matters. If she's forgiven Tomas, will she forgive Eva? Kat won't buy the reformed Jezebel act. In Bill's office, he collapses on the floor after drinking poisoned tea. Hayley calls Randy. She doesn't want to touch him in case he's dead. That would be gross. She can't figure out if she gave him too much tea or not since she's not a barista. Randy is no help. She rubs and slaps him until he starts groaning and wakes up confused. Once he sits up, he says everything is spinning like a trashy carny ride. He refuses to go to the hospital and is sure he just needs to eat something. She gets him some food and tells him he's irreplaceable. He agrees to get checked out by the professionals if it would make her feel better. He's surprised when she talks him out of that and reminds him he just had tests that morning. She promises to take special care of him. Randy drops by the hospital and asks Shanice if a friend of his is there. When she asks for a name, he takes off. Ted arrives just in time to see Kyle kiss Nicole on the cheek before walking off. He admits to Shanice it hurts to see Nicole moving on. Hooked on Beyond the Gates, join our official Beyond the Gates Facebook group. Get spoilers, recaps, theories, and fan talk all in one place.